Hi, this is Matthew Lamone, and today I'm going to show you how to do a very simple text tutorial in After Effects. So what we're going to do is create a new composition, and we're just going to say this is background, and we are going to leave it at HDV 720 because of high depth, and we'll leave the background black. Now, next thing is to use text. I prefer using anything that shows some kind of design for this. It will make it look really cool. So I'm going to use brush script std. Now I'm going to increase it up to 72. So I can either type in this or this, but today I'm going to do this. I know that's pretty small, but I will increase that in size now. So I will go to there, use my PowerPoint tool right there, now increase in size. Now I will hold down Shift and increase in size like that, so that way it doesn't increase vertically or horizontally, and adjust it to the center. Now then, I will be making a new layer. I will be using the pen tool with no fill and just a stroke. Now the stroke color can be anything that you want. I am actually going to go with a light blue color, and I make sure that there's no fill, have an increased amount of length, and that can be adjusted to size as we're going through. Now you start at the end right there. Now you want to come all the way over here and readjust it. And you want to cover up all this white space, or at least get around to the point. You could add more anchors as you go in order to make sure it's looking as best as it can. Then I will go right about here to end it. Now for this, I am going to make it thicker. I'm going to fatten it up. Alright, it's pretty good. I'm just going to add another point right there, so I can readjust that. But I'm also going to move it right there. Now then, since that's covered, I am going to go down to Shape Layers, Contents, Shape, and then Stroke. And I am going to round it off with a round cap. Now then, I am also going to add a trim path. So I get a new option right there. So I go down to trim path, and as you can see, at the end it's 100. So I'm going to set this all the way to 0, and as I move it back, it follows that path of the pen. So I'm going to set 0 for the end right there, click the stopwatch, and now make a key point right there. And I'm going to say about in 3 seconds I want the whole thing to be complete. So I will move this all the way back. Now fill up like that. And makes my key point right there. So now, when I go back to play it, I press the space bar, and that should turn out pretty great. I give myself that 10 seconds just in case, but you can always readjust it for whenever you need to. Now, I want to make this duplicate, so I will be highlighting this and be pressing Command D to duplicate it. So I go back to shape 1, shape layer 1, and I go fix that up, make it different. So I go back to the trim pass, and I can actually move it forward a little bit by just holding onto this key point right here, moving forward like that. But along with that, I will go back into shapes, take trim pass out, go to fill, actually wait, I'm sorry, not fill, go to stroke, and then change the color. So now I'm going to make it like a yellowish color. So now when we press play, we will have those two highlighting over one another. I will also be going back into Trim Pass to offset the last one to make sure that the yellow will get there first before the next one. So I will offset like that, and we shall take a look at how that looks. Awesome. Now then, I'm going to make another one. Again, I'm going to Command D and make a third layer. Now I'll be going into the contents of that, going to Trim Pass, and pushing it back further in at the beginning. I will close Trim Pass out, head to Stroke, and change the color again. This time I'm going to go for like a reddish color. Now I close Stroke out, go back to Trim Pass, and it looks good. But now I need to make sure that I have the yellow path going, so I will now head up to Shape Layer 1 to make sure that I can push it forwards enough so that way we can all see it. Alright. Now going back to Shape Layer 3, I am also going to make the ending of that about halfway, and we can take this and scroll along to make sure they're ending in about the same area that we want it to. So when I go back to watch it, it'll look like that. Now then, that is complete. Next thing we'll want to do is highlight all of them by clicking on each of them while holding Shift, right click, and pre-compose. And we are just going to name this animation, so we know what it is, and this will combine all three layers together. So now we want to take the S layer and put it on top. Alright, so now we are going to add a track matte onto here. So we will be going up into here, into Effects, Matte. Actually, I need to find that. Okay, so we're gonna head to Layers. I'm gonna do Track Mattes, and we're going to make it the Alpha Matte. So now let's see what that looks like. Alright, it was good. And now we can just render that out, if we so desire. So we will go to Export, Render, and we shall render it. Alright, this is Matthew Lamone. Thank you very much.